What's going on, guys? I'm Ryan Fenners and welcome back to the Fentertainment channel. On today's video, we're going to be fixing a sticking brake issue with our club car Precedent. Stick around and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Alright guys, so we're here by the brake pedal and the accelerator pedal. And what's going on is the brake pedal sometimes sticks while you're braking, and then the golf cart will keep going. So let me show you kind of what I'm talking about here. One finger is stopped. We can still move the golf cart. You have to hit the accelerator pedal for it to unstick. And that's different from the park brake here. When we hit the park brake and the golf cart won't move at all. So we're just going to go ahead and dig into this and see what the outcome can be. Now, in order to get to the pedal group, we're first going to go ahead and remove these two screws here. Both of these are going to be a T40. You may also have to remove the ones on the opposite side of the golf cart as well. Now, when I'm taking stuff apart on my golf cart, I like to place all of my screws in the same spot. This can be up here where the golf balls go when you're playing golf. I know that's where they all are, so I can put them there and I won't lose them. Now, by removing these two bolts on per side, we can now pop off these front sides here. Enough so we can gain access to the rubber floor mat and access the pedal group. Now, I went ahead and took the floor mat and I placed it behind this brake pedal here. The reason I've done that is because on this golf cart here, I have the golf cart lock on the firewall there, and it's bolted down through this rubber mat. If you don't have that, you can actually go ahead and lift the rubber mat away from your golf cart. Now, when you are removing the pedal group from the golf cart here, this is a plastic piece right here, has a finger hole where you just put your finger in there, pull it up. There's gonna be a plastic Christmas tree that will probably pop up as well. Now, in order to remove the pedal group away from the golf cart, there's gonna be 4 Torx head screws we need to remove. You can have 2 on the brake side, which is actually the driver's side. You can have 2 on the passenger side, which is the accelerator side. The 2 on the passenger and accelerator side, they're going to be short and you're going to use a T40. The 2 on the driver's side beside the brake is going to be longer and they're going to be self-tappers, and they're going to use a T27. Now, before we go ahead and remove the pedal group away from the golf cart, we need to go ahead and disconnect the brake pedal from the brake rod itself. Also, remember, if you have a light kit, you need to go ahead and disconnect that as well. I'm just going to take this spring here, pull out the back. Now that is disconnected. Now you need to grab 2 wrenches, one to hold your connector together and one to hold the nut. This is going to take a 1/2 inch wrench, so I grabbed 2 of those as well. Once you have the brake pedal disconnected from the brake rod itself, you can go ahead and remove the pedal group from the golf cart. Just note the M-core wiring on the accelerator pedal is still hooked up. And once we get it up, we need to disconnect those wires. Now, in order to remove the 2 plugs that's on the M-core from the pedal group itself, you can use your finger, slide it in here and push away, or you can use a flathead screwdriver if your fingers aren't strong enough. We're able to use the fingers method. Both of those are now disconnected. All right, so we have the pedal group sitting on the back of the golf cart. So we have this little arm here, and this arm is kind of like this right here. So once you hit the park brake feature, it lowers that little arm up and down. See what I'm saying? I'm actually hitting that park brake at the top left of the brake pedal. Once you press on that top left piece, it locks it in place. Then you have to hit the accelerator pedal and get it to unlock. Like so. So now, when you hit the brake and everything is down, it's locked. I didn't hit the top left button on the brake pedal. Let's do that again. I'm just going to push down right here. You can see it's already locked into place again. See how that's so loose? Now, what I think is happening here is, since this right here is loose, you see it's just flopping up and down, that once you're pushing this brake pedal here, sometimes it's catching. We'll push down, it's locked into place, hit the accelerator pedal, and it comes off. You shouldn't, this right here should not lock down once you hit the brake pad, but you hear how it's catching? There it is, it just locked down. I'm not even hitting this brake up here. See what I'm saying? Here it's just, so this right here is loose. I don't know if it's this right here because actually on the brake pedal here, it's really pushing this back real hard. Okay, I think that spring is good. So when you push this top pedal down here, the rod is being pulled up, and since the rod is attached to the front or the front side of that bolt going over here to this lever arm, it's actually like it's a cantilever type system here. See there, that's working, but you hear it catching? There it is, it's caught. I didn't even hit the top of the brake pedal here. So I've been scouring the internet. Is that a common problem? Will that be a common problem? Or do you have to buy this entire assembly again? And I've seen prices and I'm just not paying that. Let's see exactly what we can do to try to fix that. I'm gonna take a T27 to remove these four. They don't look like Torx bits. They kind of look like Allen heads, but we're gonna use a Torx T27. We're gonna go ahead and remove this brake pedal extension rod here. That's gonna be reverse threads. Lefty tighty, righty loosey. In order to remove the pedal group away from this big mount here, this upper plate right here needs to come off. And it's just attached on there with like clips. Move that out of the way. Now once you have this cover here, the cover has actually a trim piece that goes around the pedals itself. In order to get the brake pedal out, you need to turn it around backwards and slide it out like so. This is going to be our part brake lever here. This is just going to be our brake lever. Down here we got two springs. They're in place and everything's rocking back and forth just fine. This right here catch lever is controlled by the part brake portion of the brake assembly. So if you notice here, when we press against the top left of your brake pedal here, this right here catch is moving up and down. But right now it's got some slack, and I think that's my problem on this golf cart. I'm thinking it needs to be at like right here, and then once you apply the pressure, it goes into place. Now in order to remove this little lever or to loosen that rod that's going through there, this is going to be a 10mm size nut here. Pull that off. And as you can see, we have play here. The play is coming between the bolt and the latching lever itself. I don't really know exactly what you call that. We're just going to call it a latching lever. But the latching lever itself and the bolt that comes through there, the bolt has a special head on it. It's flat on two different sides. And it's completely round on the center portion. So when we go in there and we put it back together, between the bolt and the latching lever, that's where the play is coming in. So it kind of makes me wonder if we should tack this into place, but then not everyone has a welder. So I don't want to do that. Maybe we should get some two-part epoxy to try to fix this right here back in its original spot there, so it's not moving like that right there. One of the things happens over time, that's wore out, and it's a little loose here, and I believe that's what's causing our problem. Guys, this may, it may rock him back and forth from the factory. I just don't think so, but it may. Just gonna use a Q-tip to mix it together and apply it. I'm just gonna leave all the rust and everything like it is in place. I'm not applying this to hold it together. I'm applying it to try to take up some void. So basically when we get it in, we're gonna hold this piece back like that. So I went ahead and just put it in a vice grip here. And on the package it says about 4 or 5 hours of cure time. It's 4:37 right now. All right guys, I'm back and it's 10:08. Let's see exactly what that little latch looks like. So there's our latch, guys, and it's held in place. Looks pretty good, I'm happy with that. And let's assemble it. Get that snugged up there, and there's really no play there. So that's what we wanted. Remember, this bad boy goes in here backwards, and then we flip it around before it falls into place. Sitting flat down, let's see if it... Nothing. Locked. Push the brake pad down, it unlocks. As we push the pad down, this little catch lever is not catching that gear. However, if we do hit the park brake here while we push it down, it's locking in place. We can release it with the accelerator pedal, and we can release it by hitting on the stop pedal by itself, and that releases it. Here's that mechanism there. It's not hitting anymore. But if we push down here, it's locking into place. So now that's working like it should, where before it was not. Let's just push the brake pedal here. It releases. Push the accelerator pedal, and it releases. That's now fixed. So we fixed that. If your pedal is sticking on your golf cart, when you just hit the brake pedal and not the park brake pedal, then this piece right here has too much play in it. And just only thing I did, guys, I know this right here, this JB weld didn't hold it together because remember it was flat on both sides and it fit in there like flush, it fit in there perfectly. However, it had just a little bit of play. And by us adding that JB weld to it, the only thing that I accomplished there was get rid of some of that slack inside of that that play off that slack. So that's working so much better. I'm glad that we did that. If you're having trouble putting this trim piece back on, I believe this goes on first. We have some clips in the back here. Push it through. I believe those clips go in first. I believe these clips go on, this goes on second. Like so. And then it just clips into place. You can see there's one there, there's a clip back there. So that's what it does. All right, before it would lock up on us here like prematurely, so it's not locking up now. We have to hit the park brake in order to make it lock up, like so. Before it would not release when we hit the stop pedal by itself. Now that's releasing, and the brake pedal is releasing once we hit the accelerator pedal. So I would call this a fix.